We all have dreams. They're the sparks that light up our path, the whispers of what could be. But chasing these dreams is more than just a pursuit. It's a journey fraught with challenges, triumphs, and moments that define who we are. Today, we're gonna dive into the heart of this journey and listen to 3 individuals who are in the midst of chasing their dreams and see what we can learn from them. Now, real quick before we get started with this video, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Trix in the mix back in this bitch. If you don't know me, my name's Trix. I usually post vlogs, my lifestyle, and some pranks on this channel. This video right here is a little bit different, but I felt inspired to make something new. In my last video, I went ahead and we did the shower prank. So if you enjoy content such as pranks and stuff like that and just stupid videos on the internet, I would say go check it out, man. It was really funny. The like goal actually for that video was 50 likes, and I was gonna go back. You guys almost more than doubled that, so which is insane. So stay tuned for that, man. Part 2 is actually going to be dropping next week. We already got it set up. We're gonna get that set up. We're gonna do the part 2 video. Will be dropping next week. But anyways, y'all, hopefully y'all enjoy the video. If you do, leave a like. If not, all right, man, leave your feedback down in the comments below. In this video, we're going to be diving into what the essence is truly of chasing our dreams and hear from an aspiring actor, a budding music producer, and an emerging entrepreneur. Each of these paths are very unique. However, they may hold valuable lessons for us all that we can take away from it. All right, man, why don't you introduce yourself? What do you do? What's your name? Let the people know who you are.
I got you. So, for y'all that don't know, Jonathan Rawls, AKA J Rawls, J Alexander Rawls on Instagram. But yeah, man, I act, do content, you know, I'm an athlete, a little bit of everything.
My name is Denzel. I'm a realtor here in Miami, Florida. I'm currently 22 years old. I serve every real estate purpose that you need down here in Florida.
What's up? My name is Dominic. I'm a producer. I go by Day Now Did It. So if you in the family tree, I go by D. I go by Pop. You can choose which one you ever want to call me.
What is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to one day convert my business into something where I just have to maintain and make sure it's a product that can give service to everybody that needs help in Florida.
To be a producer, bro. Shoot, I'm already a producer. But like, just to make it in the industry and all that shit.
Kind of like Metro Boomin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ultimate goal, as of right now, I take things step by step, but long term, gotta be in a movie, man.
Gotta be in a movie?
Getting like a substantial, meaningful role in a movie, ooh.
What is your motivation? What makes you keep going and to keep striving?
Yeah, I love making music, so just that's my motivation enough. Like if I have the sound for a beat, if I got something on my mind, I just go to the computer, I make sure not to forget it. Or shit, I might hum some shit the whole day and just like go off that, and then the second I get back to the computer, I plug and play all the time.
So it's literally just pure love for it.
Yeah.
My motivation, for one, God's always been there for me, but 2, gotta be the family, man. My fam, my brothers, T, I consider you fam, and I see you doing your thing, so that's always gonna motivate me. I see you being consistent as you can. My support system, for the people that believe in me for real, that's who I do it for.
I think my motivation would just be striving towards my goals and making sure that if I don't get them here today, that I will get them by tomorrow.
Do you ever suffer from self-doubt in your journey? And how do you overcome it?
You know, I feel like we all do, man. Like, if you don't suffer from self-doubt, or you say you don't, you lying to yourself. For some people, it might be a little longer. Some people, it might be a little less. But for me, you just gotta look in the mirror and just let yourself know, man, hey, I do this for real. Like, it's not a mistake that I'm doing this right now. God don't make mistakes. So I feel like it's a reason that I'm acting. It's a reason that you're doing content. It's a reason that Dwayne Wade is playing basketball, because it was written. So that's what I got to say about that.
That's awesome. And then for those people, I feel like for that kind of answer, some people need to have the confidence and the awareness to have that kind of mentality. What would you say to those people that maybe they don't have that kind of confidence, but they're searching for that confidence?
The thing is, they do got that confidence. The confidence is in here. You already got it. You just got to unlock it. So whether that's just killing it in the gym or doing something good for somebody, it's a snowball effect. So your confidence just keeps growing and growing until you really start believing like, hey, I'm him, I can really do this for real.
At the beginning, I did, but you know, you quickly get over it as soon as, you know, in this business, you become comfortable with the word no. So, you know, hearing that a lot, you just overcome certain insecurities that you have in yourself, and you just move on and know, just get 1% better every day.
Yeah, I say I suffer from self-doubt for sure. The way I overcome it, I talk to myself. I talk to myself all the time. I talk to you. I call my people up and just like, man, like if I'm ever having a hard time, I just try to talk to myself. I mean, you all you got at the end of the day. I'm learning that now. Just going through the motions. Just take everything day by day, really. You gotta. Some days you're gonna be motivated to do everything, and then there's gonna be other days where you're just gonna be like, man, fuck this shit. But you know.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
How do you overcome failures or letdowns?
I take failures as lessons, something that I won't be able to accomplish. I just make sure that, I learn from the mistake and I learn how to get better. Trying to overcome it would be something achievable as long as I know, what the mistake I'm making is.
I take the losses as they come, to be honest. Like you can't, like you always have a chance to like learn from failure and shit. So it's inevitable. Like sometimes shit happens. Like you'll be doing so good in your field or whatever. If you work in a regular job, if you doing your passion, whatever, and then sometimes shit just hits the fan. Take it as you go. Don't lose your mind about it. Don't stress it. Shit.
Just knowing that everything's a season, man. Like, you might take a loss here and there, but that's not the whole story. Like, you might have a bad chapter or you might have a bad book. You know what I mean? But what about the next novel? It ain't over right here. So you can't give up because tomorrow might be the day you win. So.
Do you personally feel like you're doing everything you can to achieve your goals?
No, I could be doing a lot more. See, I'll be a little antisocial. I know there's ways I could put myself out there. I gotta be up in the mix. I gotta, see what the world has to offer. I can't be at home all day, but that's on my own time to do that.
You feel like you could be doing a lot more, as you said. Why do you feel like? What is it that's making you not do more?
To be honest,
what is it like? What is it that you can do more, and why is it that you aren't doing that thing?
Just finding other ways to network. I know I can do that. It's just, if I'm gonna be 100% honest, 200, like 300% honest with you, I'll just be procrastinating, bro. Like the human condition. Shoot, that's what that is for real. There's no excuse for it.
Great question. I'm doing a lot, but you can always do more. And you know how it is, like all creators know, bro, like you always feel like you could do more. Sometimes you got to take the time to chill and relax, but when you get that get back, like, man, I could be doing more. So it's about just, fulfilling your full potential, knowing you can do more.
For those people that don't know what it is that they could do more, like how could you search, if you get what I'm saying, how can you search for that thing that, okay, because obviously you could always do more, but there's some people that don't even know what more is. Okay. So how do you find that more? How do you know what that more is?
How do you know what that more is? You don't know what that more is, It really finds you. Like, I always say, bro, just do something. Don't sit on your ass. Like, do something, and that more is gonna find you. You don't get ideas from being in the crib playing 2K. You get ideas from, okay, this video might not be a good video, but I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. You fail, and then you're like, damn, I know what to do better next time. So, and now you found out that more because you got out there and you took an L. So that's even going back to the last question. How do you keep going? Bruh, the L's are lessons. Like, it should make you want to keep going if you take an L. So.
No, you're never doing too much. You can always get better every day.
Okay. So if you could always get better every day, why do you feel like you're living up to the standard you're supposed to be working at? Or how do you get to that next level of improvement?
You can get to that next level, once you're consistent. You always have like a system in place to stay consistent. As long as you just keep reaching your goals, keep reaching, your daily goals, your weekly goals, monthly goals, you always maintain a consistent level and effort as long as you're maintaining those systems.
Do you believe people get in the way of themselves? If so, why? And how do they overcome it?
Oh, love this, bro. That is really the only person that can get in your way. Bro, dude that just pulled up on the side of the shit right here, he can't get in my way. It's only me. Am I gonna let him get in my way? That's the question. So overcoming that is just knowing, like, bro, you only got one enemy. And if you beat this enemy, which is yourself, so you should know how to beat him, then you're going to win. That should be pretty motivating in itself. You got one person to beat, bro. Come on.
You versus you.
Exactly.
No, of course. I think that's the main reason people don't succeed is because they're afraid of what they don't know. And when you don't know something, that's where it creates chaos. So, of course, I see people, getting in the way of themselves. They say, I can't do this because I don't have that. Or I can't do this because this person already did that. Where it's like everybody can eat. We just have to come along as a community and say, well, let me reach out and see, how he did this to see if I can replicate something and, achieve the same level of success as the other person.
And for those people that struggle with community, how would they go about, finding that community, going out there, making those connections? Like what do you do? What do you suggest?
When I first started, I went to a lot of networking events, open houses, etc. I just think reaching out to certain people and making sure that you're in those groups or you're in those places, it really helps, increase your odds of talking to the people that can help you get to the top.
Okay, and how do you find these networking events?
Usually, they'll be hosting them. There's a bunch of plethora of websites nowadays. You can go Eventbrite, Instagram. Every social media you see, there's always networking events. There's always, people trying to co-socialize, industries and businesses. You just have to find the right ones that work for you and, get out there and put yourself out there.
I believe people do get in the way of themselves. I'm a believer if you are your own enemy, or you're your own worst enemy. There's no set way to figure out how to help somebody work through that. You just gotta take your time. I don't know, everybody's mind is a little different. So somebody might, when somebody's depressed, they might go through something worse than this person will go through something. Certain people can't relate on certain topics and shit. So it's just whatever it is that anybody's going through, just take your time with it.
How do you get out of a slump or creative block?
So to get out of a slump, it's not easy. If you got out of a slump, it's because you lost motivation. And, to gain back that momentum that you were at before, you just have to stay, true to your systems. And, even though you're not at the pace you were at before, you just have to get, baby step into that. So you have to just get better and better and better till you get to that place that you were at before.
How do you get out of a slump or creative block?
Take my ass outside. It's you know what I'm saying? It's sunlight. Shoot, I can't stay in the room forever. Shoot, I go out. I might hit up a friend. Shoot, I might take a long shower. 20-minute shower, 40-minute shower, hour shower, bro. Hour shower is the best, no cap. You sit in the shower, you think about it.
The water bill gonna be crazy.
No, it is, but hey, it's worth it for the mental. You gotta make sure your mental right. So I go take my little shower. I go do what I gotta do. So go out, eat a donut, eat some cake. Go do something. Whatever makes you happy. That's not part of whatever makes you happy outside of your work environment, bro. Go do that shit and then come back. You'll come back with amazing ideas. Promise. 10 out of 10. It works all the time.
Get out of a slump or creative block, you can do two things, really. You can just take the time to stop trying so hard and let it find you, just relax. Or you could keep going, like I said, keep failing, and then boom, that spark might appear, but you can't really try too hard to get out of a block, because then everything is forced. Art is it's like water, it flows. So try and just keep flowing, keep going, and just having faith that you're gonna get out of that. The faith is really everything.
Being that you're a producer, you're in the entertainment field, right? And people would consider this, as much as content creation in the entertainment industry is becoming more normal to our society, it's still seen as a very far-fetched kind of dream. So being said, you said that you've been taking this serious for 4 years, and with that comes a lot of pushback maybe from society, family, your friends. So how do you deal with that? How does someone, first of all, say how you would deal with that, and how someone maybe with a similar dream as yours could go about it as well?
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna, family and friends sometimes when it comes to that, because it isn't seen as like a really pop, because I mean, coming from like a black home, everybody wants to, you gonna go to school, baby, you gonna go to school, you gonna get the degree, you gonna go to college, or you gonna do military, and if you is gonna get a job, or if you is gonna go to school, make sure it's like something like a trade, so that you're not spending crazy money, and make sure you're doing like engineering, electrician, like, I feel like you don't have many options, so trying to go into a creative, it's like the way I push through that shit, I just keep to myself. Like I just, if I'm around a group of people and they all share the same ideas as me, cool. If I have a habit of trying to or telling people too much about what I'm doing, and I need to work on that myself, to be honest. But the way, like when I get around a group of people and they're not too keen on the entertainment, and not even just entertainment, if it's just some shit that's left field, like some shit that's left field, it's not like your ordinary job or whatever. And one thing I'm learning to do now is keep my mouth closed, because them people will never have anything nice to say about what it is that you're trying to do.
I mean, it's just always something I've been wanting to do since a kid. So regardless of what anybody's saying, like, I don't want to have those feelings or, oh, I wish I could have did this, wish I could have did that. Nah, like, I'm having fun creating art. That's what it's really all about. If you're not having fun with it, then what are you really doing? So it's not really, so to say, a battle for me against the people that think that we can't do something like this. Nah, it's just, I'm living my life, I'm doing my thing. If you're rocking with it, cool. If you're not, cool. Like, it's fine. I'm gonna still do my thing.
So what would you say it would take for the kind of person you need to be, or the kind of mindset you need to have to, you know, drive towards a dream or a passion, or, you know, just something you want to be that's not really an ideal situation to society?
In this day and age, it's hard to come by anything new. So I would say if you have an idea, if you have, you know, a goal, a passion, dream, whatever the case may be, and somebody else has already, you know, laid out the blueprint, laid out a successful plan of that idea, I would say try not to reinvent the wheel and just recycle and put your own flavor on it. And if sometimes you have to get, you know, a job, sometimes you have to get, you know, a way to support that dream, you know, get to that level that you want to get to. So I would not say to, you know, quit your job. Don't don't leave your jobs, people. But what's it called? If you have something to get to that, if you have, you know, a business, if you want to get into real estate, if you want to get to investing, if you want to get into, I've seen now sports bettors and all these different types of people getting into, you know, all these different type of industries. If you want to get there, all you have to do is just create a game plan and find a way to fund it. And once you find a way to fund it, make sure that that passion is creating more than your current income, and then that becomes your career.
Do you have support behind your dream? Elaborate why or why not. And for people that don't have that support, how do they overcome that?
Okay, so if you don't have the support, well, let me go back. I do have the support. You know, I do have my family that believes in me. I do got friends that believe in me as well. And then, you know, most of my friends, they do something artistic as well, whether it's creating content or acting or playing sports. Playing sports is far-fetched, you know, in some people's eyes. So it's good to have those type of people, ambitious people around you that are creating to give you that support. But if you don't have that, just, you know, get out of your comfort zone, meet some people that do the same thing that you do, and they're gonna understand and feel where you're coming from. It's not gonna seem like, oh my gosh, you think you're a YouTuber? You wanna do YouTube? You wanna act? Like, no, it's gonna be coming from the same standpoint or viewpoint that, or a similar one that you already have about yourself or the field that you're in.
Okay, and for these people to put themselves out there, like I was saying, some people are not the best at putting themselves out there, or, you know, some people feel like in their environment they can't grow to be what they want to be because it's not something that they are currently, or that people know them, the people that are already around them know them as. So what would you say to people in that kind of situation?
For one, to just like change your viewpoint of yourself. Let yourself know, okay, I might have played soccer for 10 years, but I'm not a soccer player anymore. This is what I do now. So that alone is already going to naturally take you to where you need to be. It's going to take you to the classes or the venues that you're going to naturally be in if you're that new thing that you say you are. Then on top of that, you're going to start meeting people. It might be a little rough in the beginning, but you'll get out of your comfort zone as long as you put yourself in that position. The hardest thing to do is just get up and get there. So once you get there, you'll be fine.
Okay, and kind of to tie into that question where I was asking you about having support, right? For those people that don't have support, sometimes they have the wrong people around them, or just people around them that, let's say, don't necessarily believe in them fully. They're still there for them, obviously, like their parents, family, whatever. Mentally challenging to have people in our life that are basically telling us our dream isn't possible, and you're constantly around that. So it's like, what would you say? Especially like we probably have a lot of young people watching as well. Like we probably have a 16-year-old watching right now in high school. He's living with his parents. It's not like he could just get up and leave, you know?
Yeah.
So what would you say to that kid?
Really just still listen to your parents with a grain of salt. You know, if they're not believing in you, with a grain of salt. Don't let it pollute your mind. Don't fall into the darkness of you can't never be nothing. Nah. Choose what to focus on. You can focus on some things of what they're saying, because it can't all be bad. Or maybe it is all bad. But if there is some good in it, find the good, praise the good, and then surround yourself with the people that do believe in you, and then really just listen to that. Don't let the negativity be the forefront of just what you're thinking about all day, because if you do that, then you're going to sink, you know, or you're not going to be at your full potential. So if you do have somebody that does believe in you, that's what you need to focus on. It might be 500 people not believing in you. That one person, that's all you need.
Do you believe you have support behind your dreams, and elaborate why or why not and how you deal with that?
No, I have a great support system. I have an amazing business partner. I have an amazing girlfriend and a family that actually indulged me into this business and got me started, connected me with the right people. So I did have a benefit of that part and that support in that aspect.
Okay, and for those people that may not have the best support, how do you believe maybe they could go about that? How do they, stay motivated? How do they overcome that challenge?
It's really hard. Without that support system, you don't have a certain group of people that you can rely on. I do think, like I mentioned to a few of my friends, and at times, like people I love, I believe friendship is one of the best things that you could have in this world, just because those are the bonds that you create with other people. And when you do that, you can motivate each other to get better and reach successfulness.
I feel like it's 50-50. I feel like I got a good support system for people that are trying to do the same thing as me. And for other people that are kind of already on with their lives, already have a job, kids or whatever, I feel like they don't really understand where I'm coming from. So sometimes I'll try to make them understand where I'm coming from and be like, oh, I'm trying to do A, B, and C. But it's not really worth the energy, because at the end of the day, they're already living their life. I'm not going to say they're doing what they want to do, but they're providing for their families, doing all that shit. So they see it like trying to get into the entertainment industry when you're like building up a family. It's seen as taboo to people that already have a life going on, is because it's like, nigga, I'm not about to go invest time into this shit. Like, I'm already established, bro. I'm making like 60, 70K a year. They're not going to take the risk of doing what I'm trying to do. Shit, if there's advice that I could get from them, shit, not about what I'm doing, but just advice in general about how to live life, figure out or listen to what they have to tell me, take that advice and apply it to my own life. Keep pushing and don't let negative ideas cloud your judgment. If you feel like, and trust your gut. If you feel like you should be taking the steps to do XYZ, whether you're acting, if you want to be a producer, if you want to be I'm not going to say a rapper, because there's many different avenues you could go with music, but art, like if you're an artist, if you're trying to be behind the scenes, whatever, if you're trying to do anything involving a creative, Shoot, I would say just trust your judgment. Because you're gonna hear some good shit if you're gonna get into something, and you're gonna hear some bad shit. You're gonna have people that's gonna uplift you. You're gonna have people that's gonna uplift you, and you're gonna have people that's gonna let you down.
Why do you think people give up? And do you see it as an excuse, or for some cases, is it valid? How can someone avoid that feeling of giving up?
Well, you can give up, if you realize what you're doing is not your passion. Um, I would I would always say if you started something, at least finish it to try to see if it's for you. But if you don't finish it, it's not a problem. You can always, do something, especially if you're young. You can always come back to it later. You can always start something new, and maybe that will work out for you. So, I would say try as many things as possible, give up as many things as possible, and then what works for you will benefit you the most.
And what about for those people that believe that their dream may be the only thing they got and they don't have anything new? What would you say to those people?
They don't have anything new.
Or they believe they don't?
Just find what you're best at. If you find what you're best at, there's always a niche in that field, and you can always find something that you love in that field where you know that your skills would be best put to use.
Now, what about for those people where, because I could say I relate to it myself, what if there's something that I'm really good at, or someone is very good at, or you're very good at, but they don't necessarily love it? What would you say to that? They don't necessarily love it. Like, for example, I'm really good at math, but I don't want to be an accountant. I don't want to deal with numbers my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
I would just say to those people, if you're good at something, I would say, pursue something in that. But if you're not passionate about it, just use that as a stepping stone to get to where you want to be in your life.
Or try new things.
Or try new things.
Look for new passions.
The biggest reason people find themselves in situations where they're not comfortable in is because they've never put themselves in position to have those type of conversations. So once you take away that block, you'll be free to understand why people wouldn't trust you, and you have to gain that trust in order to earn their business, and that will help you tremendously in whatever industry you're going to go to. Being a people's person is actually a skill, and it's beneficial if you attain it.
Why do you feel like people give up? Do you see it as an excuse, or maybe in some cases is it valid? How can someone avoid that feeling of giving up and or overcome it?
I feel like people give up because it's the easier option. The way that I would say that, like, you could kind of avoid that feeling, just really, if you have a feeling, if you're giving up on your passion, then I feel like there's a little bit of an excuse in that, because you should know what you're, like, what you're signing yourself up for when you're going for this shit. Like, all the, like, bro, like, for example, I'm trying to be a producer in this industry. I know that shit takes time. And it's not like I have the craziest connections, so I'm gonna get a whole bunch of no's before I get a single yes. So it's like, I know all that stuff comes with it. So me giving up on that dream and trying to go do some other shit, for me, I feel like that's an excuse. Cause it's just like, you're gonna go through all this shit, all this backlash, all this talk from other people to not do what you set out to do for yourself. To me, that's stupid. I think that's dumb.
Do you ever feel like giving up? And when you do have that feeling, how do you personally overcome that feeling of giving up?
To be honest, no. I have moments where I'm like, damn, this shit's tough, but I can't say that I've had a moment where I really felt like giving this shit up. I've had moments where I felt like putting it on pause to see if, like, maybe I should try to get into some other shit while I'm doing this shit. But I love music through in and throughout, so shoot, if this struggle shit, if this is what it's gonna come with, and I'm just gonna be thugging it out until I get somewhere with this shit, so be it. That's the path I put myself on.
Well, unless you Superman or Batman or somebody like that, you gonna feel that feeling of wanting to give up. But I think some people give up because they're not seeing results quick enough. It could be a lot of things, but most of the time they're not seeing the results they want quick enough, or they're lacking motivation because of that first reason or things like that. But I don't see it as an excuse. Sometimes it is an excuse, sometimes it's not. But it's not an excuse if, okay, you're giving up, but you see something better for yourself in a different avenue, okay, by all means go for it. But if you're just like, man, like you're just knocking yourself over the head and you're not believing in yourself, then yeah, that is an excuse, man. Like, believe, man, believe, keep the faith, keep going. If you see it's not working for you, keep going. And then if you really feel like, okay, there's something better I could be doing, that's what you should do. But as far as like you said, avoiding that feeling of giving up.
Yeah, like how do you feel like when people get that feeling, how can they avoid that or overcome that feeling of giving up?
I feel like you shouldn't avoid the feeling of giving up. You should like embrace the feeling of giving up. You know, like just know it's gonna be there. And once you understand it's gonna be there, you're not gonna freak out and be like, why do I feel this way? You're gonna be like, okay, I felt it, and I felt it so many times before. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time and keep going. So it's just knowing it's gonna be there. We know the sun's gonna be there every morning. Whether you like the hot weather or not, you still gonna get up and go to your job. So, you know, just know it's gonna be there. Embrace the struggle. Struggle is a blessing. There's beauty in it. And just keep going, man.
Okay, and that being said, how do you personally go about that?
Going about that like that feeling.
Yeah, like let's say when you get that feeling, what's the first thing that goes to your mind? Like how do you attack that?
Honestly, man, I'll be laughing at it, bro. Like I'll feel it, and I'll be like, man, I feel like, and then mid feeling, I'll be like, man, what? Stop that. Like, let's get up, let's go do something. Like, it wasn't always like that. In the beginning, I used to like ponder on it a little more, be like, like, but nah, like that's what I'm saying. The more you pass that feeling and embrace that feeling, the easier it is to just literally like laugh at those thoughts. Like that's funny. Like, you know, we're gonna keep going. Duh. So
to tie everything together, why do you believe in yourself despite there being no guarantee for success?
I believe in myself because if I don't believe in myself, nobody else is going to. To other people, it's not, like, it looks ugly in the beginning, but as shit goes on, if I'm really true to my word and I really want to do this shit for real, it's going to take off. Shit. And that's just, watch. I don't even got to say nothing. You just going to watch me. That's it. You going to watch. Trust me.
Why do you believe in yourself so much without the guarantee of success?
Man, I feel like it's something that's just always been in me. Like I said, like it's in you, man. Like some people unlock it earlier in life, some people unlock it later in life, but I feel like I've always had a great confidence about myself from 5, 6, 7 years old. I might have been the way I was brought up from my parents, but I just know I could do anything I put my mind to, so.
Why do you believe in yourself even when there's no guarantee of success?
You always have to believe in yourself. I think it's the main reason that you're here on this planet is to make something out of yourself and to reach your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. And if you think your aspirations are here to help other people or here to, you know, bring people joy, happiness, or, you know, be a comfort, you know, I think it's very noble for people to do that. So, you know, your motivations is the reason you're here. Like, you have to create something out of yourself to sustain in the society.
Would you care to share how that is for you specifically?
So for me specifically, I love helping people. I think I get the biggest joy putting people in their, you know, future homes because it's one of their biggest investments that they make in their lives. So once I get a fulfillment out of that, and I get fulfillment out of, you know, being on a team with wonderful people that help multiple people, you know, get to their future goals.
Do you believe anyone could be successful? Do you believe in that concept of if you put your mind to it, you can do it? Anyone could do it. Can anyone act? Can anyone rap? Can anyone be a YouTuber?
Yes. Anybody can do anything, and I'm gonna say why. Bro, there's not only one way you can rap. There's not only one way you can act. Maybe you can't act, but maybe you literally, you yourself fit the role of something exactly what they need. Which that's in the eyes of the beholder, which is the director, right? But you didn't even know. There's people that are on the side of the street. They don't think nothing of themselves. Director will walk up, nah, boom, we need him. That's what I'm talking about. Like, they don't have no prior talent or no training or no nothing. And they're in Euphoria or they're in the BET Next Hottest Show because they were just in the right place, right time, connections. But yeah, man, like if you put in the work and you're also being honest with yourself, maybe I could try do it this way or do it that way. Yeah, you can make it. Might take a little longer, might take a little less, but with time, I think anybody can make it if they're putting in the work.
Do you feel like anybody could be an entrepreneur? Anybody could be anything they want to be? That phrase of you could be whatever you want to be in this life. Do you believe in that wholeheartedly?
Funny enough, I always tell people, because I always get, how do I become a realtor? How do I become, a business owner? How do I become an entrepreneur? I would say, if you're ready to work 12, 16-hour days, if you're ready to, always be on a phone, always be on an email, always be, talking to people, listening to people, I would say yes, 100%. Go get a business. There's always an industry out there looking for you. But if you're uncomfortable talking to people, if you're, shy, if whatever is blocking you at the moment, I would recommend for you to go work for somebody to understand what it takes to be at the top level. And once you've understood that, then I would say go out there and try for yourself.
Anything else you want to say to the people? Some advice? Something you want to shout out?
Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody doing their thing. I know I see a lot of people creating, going hard. Keep going. From me to you, you gonna make it. Yes, you, the person sitting at home, sitting at the crib, at the gym, wherever you watching this, bro, you gonna make it if you keep going. It's just a matter of time. So, salute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
All right, gang, y'all.
Is there anything else you want to say before you?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at. You guys can follow me at Instagram at. You guys can follow me at Instagram at I am Genzel G. You can follow my main page as well at TNGZell. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. I'll see you soon.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it, bro. Would you like to say anything else? Leave them off with a message, advice, anything you want to tell anybody?
Yeah, I got advice I want to tell people. Take your motherfucking time. This shit gets ugly. This shit can get ugly sometimes. Shit, we in a time gas high, food high. Nigga, I just seen oil, fucking olive oil is like $20 now. Bruh, like, take your motherfucking time, bruh. Like, this shit it's crazy out here. And stay safe. And don't be having no kids out here unless you're ready, bruh.
The path to realizing our dreams is rarely linear. It's often marked by persistence, resilience, and a deep commitment to our goals. Whether you're at the start of your journey or deep into it, remember that every effort you make brings you closer to your vision. Embrace the journey and let your passion guide you forward. The path to realizing our dreams is rarely linear. It's often marked by persistence, resilience, and a deep commitment to our goals. Whether you're at the start of your journey or deep into it, remember that every effort you make can bring you closer to that vision. Embrace the journey and let your passions guide you forward. It's crazy because one of the biggest things that I took away from after hearing all these individuals speak is to keep going after that dream and to never give up. That was the biggest thing I took away, and to make those connections. Man, do not let anybody that is trying to deter your dreams get in the way of that. The only person that is, you got to be your biggest supporter. All right, you got to be your biggest supporter. Don't let anybody stop you from your goal, man. Whatever it is, Keep going, man. Don't give up. Stay persistent. Keep putting in the effort, bro. Even if you feel like you have no support, you believe in yourself. Be your biggest supporter, man. Don't tear yourself down. Now, one thing I could tell you, I wholeheartedly agree with those three individuals. One thing similar between all of us, we haven't made it yet. All right. Denzel, he's still on the come up with his real estate stuff. Dominic, he's still on. Daynell, he's still on the come up with his producing stuff, but he's still making the effort to go out there. JJ, he's an aspiring actor and he's doing everything he can. None of us has made it yet. However, we all can agree that we can't give up and we got to keep going. And I want you guys, if there's anything you guys take away from this video, I want you to see that you're not alone in your journey, man. All right, let's all grind together. Let's all go together. We're in this together, man. All right, let's keep going, man. Keep pushing. We're all in it together, and you're not alone, man. Let's do it, man. Now, if you made it to the end of the video, I want to say thank you so much for watching this. This was definitely something super different from what I'm used to creating. However, I really had a great time making this and, you know, getting a better insight of what my friends are thinking and about their dreams and how they're going after it. But if you did find this video inspiring, or you like the video in general, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and share the video. Also, leave me some feedback in the comments down below, what I could have done better, what other ideas you may want to see, or maybe if you want a similar video like this, maybe on another topic. I don't know, man, just leave a comment down below. But love y'all, man. Keep chasing those dreams, bro. Love y'all, man. Subscribe.
Hit that try like Max, hit the try like Max, yeah. Hit the try like Max, hit the try like Max.
What would you say to those people who have this ginormous dream, or, you know, all of us have our dreams, just like what you just stated, but they don't know exactly what to do? They don't know what to do. They don't have a direction. How do they go about looking for that direction? How do they go about it?
Funny enough, there's actually a quote about this. Back then, they didn't have it, but right now there's a new space age technology. It's called the internet, and it has everything you can ever think of at your fingertips. So if you have a dream or goal or passion or just an idea of what you want to do, you can go on Google. You can look it up. You can look up, you know, different people that's in that industry or in that, you know, sphere of, you know, what you're thinking of, and, you know, just make a blueprint around that. You know, find a way how you can get into that circle so then you can grow and then you can be successful at it.